keeping up with the Agzarians. My sister claims that our surname has given her discounted cab rides before.
Armenian?
Yeah, well, my
Okay,
grandfather
$10 is fine.
For that very reason, I always look to see if there's an identification card above the dashboard. If there's an IAN, then I'll use my bank card and hope for the same leniency. When a flight attendant asks on my last name or comments on my last name, my new reply is saying out loud, it's Armenian, like Kim Kardashian. My father was born in Egypt just like his mother. Although I refer to myself as Egyptian Australian, my grandfather, my father's father, is an Agzarian, and as the name suggests, Armenian. Like many Armenians after the genocide, Joseph Agzarian's family moved from Armenia to Syria and eventually Egypt. I am 2 parts Australian, 1 part Egyptian, and 1 part Kardashian. I possess a nationality that I'm proud of and a cultural mix that adopts with each environment. When in Cairo, I eat full and mulahaya, smoke hookahs, and involve myself in political discussions about the situation. In my hometown of Wagga, I shop at Sports Girl and I go to the ag races. In my spare time, I watch Courtney and Kim take New York. I'm not the only one in my family intrigued by the prominent Armenian family. A few years ago, my aunt texted me late at night,
Nina, who are the Kardashians? And why is there a documentary on them?
Hey Marie, it's a reality show. They're famous for being famous. Their dad was an Armenian lawyer who had something to do with the O.J. Simpson case. P.S. lol.
Should I watch it?
I do, but I watch Grey's Anatomy. 10 minutes later, she texted,
I'm bored. Plus, they didn't mention Armenia once.
Correction, Marie, they do. Quite a lot, actually. Just maybe not in the documentary you watched that night on free-to-air TV. Kimmy K has been an outspoken advocate for the recognition of the 1915 Armenian genocide, and in April this year, she filmed and released her own PSA.
Beginning in 1915, more than 1.5
A week prior, she tweeted this.
Today, let's all stand together and remember the 1.5 million people who were massacred in the Armenian genocide, April 24th, 1915. Hashtag never forget.
Kim and I have a shared heritage. It's hard not to be impressed. Like the Kardashians, who are now living in America after fleeing from the Ottoman Turks, my family are diasporic Armenians. Although I've never controversially been on the cover of Turkish Cosmopolitan, I share other character traits with Kimmy K. For a start, we both work in media. Earlier this year, Kim Kardashian described herself as Armenian and hairy.
No fake lashes today. Hashtag love being Armenian.
Kimmy stated this fact on record in order to get her name removed from some hair removal endorsement legal controversy. More common ground. Oh, and Kanye. I'm also a massive fan. Nina Las Vegas from Georgia Perry. Holy shit, Nina Las Vegas. Kimye. In the week after Mohamed Morsi was named the first freely elected president of Egypt, I travelled from Paris to Cairo to visit my father's family. Although the Australian Department of Foreign Affairs suggested I reconsider my travel, my cousin Tawfiq reminded me of a Facebook chat that things just weren't going to change quickly. So, with my parents' support, I went. Nina Las Vegas to Georgia Perry. Ha! Tawfiq showed his friends my photo with Kanye. We've switched from talking about Morsi's government to Kimye already. I've met Kanye West before. 3 times actually. Once in 2005, again in 2010, and most recently in February of this year. When we hung out, Kanye was in an amazing mood. We played Connect 4, talked about Lil B, and he showed me his shoe designs. That night, he was accompanied by an Armenian-looking Kardashian-esque girl. Apart from making me a drink, the only time the small-waisted, massive-ass woman moved was when Kanye was ready for bed. Months later, when the news of Kimye broke down the internet, I knew it was true. Seriously, the only person more Kim Kardashian than this girl was Kim Kardashian. After I told the world about my night with Kanye, a friend linked me to this bit in a Donald Glover piece about his preference for Armenian girls. He says that Armenians are the black people of Caucasia.
Armenians.
And he further emphasizes this theory on his Childish Gambino track, Freaks and Geeks. Nina Las Vegas to Childish Gambino. I'm Armenian. Charge convener to Nina Las Vegas. Good. Then I love you. Sold. My mother, who jumped the gun on retirement activities by starting her family tree research in her 40s, recently suggested looking into obtaining an Armenian passport. Always on the hunt for a European ancestry link somewhere in my family tree, she informed me that some people believe Armenia may eventually become part of the EU. Political allies aside, I am an Agzarian, and as long as I receive mail from Sydney's Armenian community, which I do, I like the idea of formalising an element of my ancestral past. Sure, it would mean that it would be easier for me to follow my dreams and work abroad, but it's also important that I formalise my connection to this place, this home of my forefathers, and also to Kim. Thank you.